Really? You're amazing, Kyrie.
You saved us. At first, I was worried because you were so introverted, but you're a full-fledged pro now, Kyrie.
Ugh, you creepy loner. Just quit already.
I'm Kyrie Hamada. I'm a 24-year-old trade clerk at a parts manufacturer. It looks like we can somehow increase the quantity of the next product.
Really? You're amazing, Kyrie.
You saved us. At first, I was worried because you were so introverted, but you're a full-fledged pro now, Kyrie. The ones praising me almost too much are Honoka from General Affairs and Hayato from Sales. They're precious friends and coworkers who warmly accepted me, even though I've been an introvert and called a loner since my school days. Almost hindered our operations, but you did a great job. I'll make sure to properly instruct the person in charge. Thanks for following up. Later, I reported this matter to my boss, Department Head Mikimoto. He's usually strict, so I was happy to see his relaxed expression and genuine praise. Working hard with reliable coworkers and bosses, getting fairly evaluated, and having no relationship issues, these days are truly fulfilling. Out of my 24 years of life, I genuinely believed right now was the happiest I'd ever been. Listen up, everyone. A new employee is joining us starting today. At his clear voice, the employees stopped their work and turned around. Standing next to Department Head Mikimoto was a woman with a bright smile.
I'm Natsumi Furuse. I'll do my very best, so please take care of me.
She looked so polished I didn't recognize her at first, but the moment I heard her name, the blood drained from my face. Why is she here? After the greeting, Department Head Mikimoto guided her to the team she'd be working closely with. Furuse will be working in the team next door. She'll likely need to coordinate with our team a lot, so please introduce yourselves. I look forward to working with you too.
I look forward to working with you. I can't believe a creepy loner like you managed to get a job here. Hilarious.
As she passed by, she twisted her lips into a smirk and whispered in an amused voice that sent shivers down my spine. We were both adults now. I thought things wouldn't be like how they used to be, but... A cold sweat instantly broke out, and memories of my high school days that I didn't even want to remember came flooding back. In high school, my everyday life, peaceful despite my poor communication skills, as I enjoyed my hobbies, was easily shattered by baseless harassment.
It makes me physically sick seeing a creepy loner like you having fun.
Huh? I haven't bothered you, right? When Furuse suddenly said that to me, I instinctively talked back. Having nothing to do with the flashy crowd, she was like someone from another world to me. I couldn't understand why she was suddenly picking on me.
Why are you talking back to me, you loser? I was going to forgive you if you just quietly apologized, but I've changed my mind. You're going to regret talking back to me. Sorry, did I keep you waiting?
After shoving me hard and leaving the classroom, she joined her friends in the hallway with a sweet, friendly smile, as if the face she'd just shown me was a lie. I was terrified by her unbelievable transformation, wondering how a person could change so completely. What is this? Does this mean I'm the target of bullying now? And from that day on, rumors that I was stalking girls from other schools or peeping on girls changing, completely baseless rumors that I had no part in began to spread. My high school life from then on was pure hell.
Listen to me. Don't think about doing anything stupid like taking a leave of absence, okay? If anyone even suspects I'm doing something, I'll put you through something even worse.
Ever since that day, the verbal abuse she hurled at me whenever we were alone continued to chip away at my soul. In the end, I couldn't confide in anyone. I finally escaped that hell only after graduating high school. My past is too painful to even remember, There was no time harder than those days. It's fine. I've grown up since then too. This time, I can at least talk back. Since becoming a working adult, I've met kind coworkers who accept me, and a strict but respectable boss. I'm not the same person I was back then, so I'll surely be fine. Please, tell me I'll be fine, God. Well, I'm scared enough that I ended up praying at a shrine on my way home from work. Even God must be exasperated with me.
I heard there was a mistake. Are you okay? You're not feeling down, are you?
A week after Furuse joined the company, Honoka asked me that during a break.
It's rare for you to miss a check. You usually never do that.
Huh? Sorry. What are you talking about? When I asked, she told me there was a discrepancy in the numbers on a packing list for an overseas shipment. I had absolutely no recollection of it, so I hurriedly checked the data Honoka mentioned. And then... this. I never checked this. That data never even came to me. In other words, there was no way I could have made a mistake.
Huh? So you're saying I was given the wrong information? I'm sorry, Kairi. I assumed things over a mistake that wasn't even yours.
No, it's fine. Thanks, Honoka. She's a kind person who's always looked out for me ever since I joined the company. She's saved me more times than I can count. However, even after that, inexplicable communication errors that couldn't be just passed off as mistakes continued around me. Attached files were corrupted, there were missing communications within the department, and this time, a message to the local transport company was delayed by a day. One wrong step, and the import could have been ruined. I can't believe so many errors are happening. I, the one caught in the middle of it all, already knew exactly who was starting these communication errors. Furuse, I didn't get an update on that earlier project, and it's causing issues with my work. It affects my job, so please, make sure to share information with me. That's right, if you trace these communication errors back to their source, they all stem from Furuse. It seemed my prayers hadn't been answered, so just as I'd resolved on her first day, I gave her a warning. However...
Oh, no way. I'm so sorry. I overlooked it. I'll be careful next time.
Perhaps because I said it while others were in the department, Furuse apologized meekly. Thinking she hadn't changed in that regard either, I assumed this would stop any further disruptions to our work.
Who do you think you are? Don't you dare boss me around. You're just Hamada.
I was wrong. Later, when we passed each other in a secluded area, Furuse growled at me in a low voice.
Ugh, you creepy loner. Just quit already.
Ugh. She played the innocent newbie to everyone else, baring her fangs only at me. Her methods were just like the old days. No, they were even more cunning than in high school, and my spirit was gradually wearing away. Cheers to another day of hard work. Still, I now have kind coworkers who invite me out for drinks after work like this. However, I know I should talk to them, I know, but if I did, I'd have to talk about my past as well. If I did that, they might be disappointed in me. Even if I consulted my boss, the way they look at me might change. The thought that this comfortable place I had finally found might be destroyed kept me from mustering the courage to speak up. Hey, Kairi, did something happen? Huh? Don't huh me. You've been looking exhausted lately, you know? Oh, I've been staying up late watching American comics I like. You're not the type to get so absorbed it affects your work, Kairi. Don't lie.
Remember when I asked about that missed check? I asked my coworkers about it, and it wasn't just a slip of the tongue. It seems Furuse told them about it. Hearing that, I realized your expression started looking gloomy around the time Furuse joined, and I got worried.
Her spot-on guess made me feel incredibly guilty. These two really pay close attention to me. Well, I've been thinking things have been unnatural lately too. You've been making mistakes you never usually make, Kairi. I'm sorry for making you both worry, and I'm sorry for causing repeated trouble at work too. Lately, there are times when I'm the only one not getting the information needed for work. So now I try to check with the department head and you guys every single time. It really helps when you tell me, so thank you. Seeing their sincere eyes, my chest grew warm as I realized I wasn't in the same situation as before. Still, I couldn't let it hinder my work. I'd be extremely careful, and even though I couldn't stand up to Furuse back then, this time, I would. That's easy enough. We'll keep an eye out too, so don't worry.
Right. I'll make sure to check if you've been kept in the loop if anything comes up too.
I felt more kindness than usual in their familiar friendliness, and I felt pathetically close to tears. Thank you for worrying. It's truly reassuring to have you two as coworkers. If I cause any more trouble, I'll make up my mind and tell them about my past with Furuse, so let me struggle just a bit longer. I'm sorry for causing you trouble and making you worry. As I muttered that in my heart, the terror I felt in high school just wouldn't leave my mind. Okay, the quantity of this part is correct. The price is right. It went up a bit, didn't it? When I'm done, I'll have the section manager double check it. A few days later, I was alone in a conference room doing a final check on an invoice for an overseas shipment. As I was checking off the list and carefully verifying the status and destination on my PC...
Oh, what are you doing all by yourself in a place like this?
Without any warning, the conference room door opened, and Furuse barged in without hesitation. Furuse, I have this room booked right now.
I knew you booked it alone, so I went out of my way to come here.
Furuse said in a low voice, leaning on the desk and messily knocking over my documents.
So, have you decided when you're quitting yet? Just looking at your face pisses me off. I want you gone already.
My lips trembled at the horrible words. She hadn't changed since high school. But the kind coworkers who noticed my distress that day crossed my mind, and my heart didn't falter. I'm working right now, please. Refrain from matters unrelated to work.
You just don't know when to quit, do you? Are you still trying to talk back to me?
To begin with, it's crazy to hinder work with your selfishness like that. Do you know how many times this company almost suffered losses because of you? As long as you're receiving a salary, you have a corresponding responsibility. How long are you gonna act like a child? The old me could never have said that, but now I'm not alone. While my heart felt like it was being gouged by my past trauma, I still forced the words out. Then, her face quickly flushed bright red.
Huh? You're giving me orders? Oh, you really don't know your place. There's no room for you here anymore. Why should I let a creepy loner like you ruin my fun at work?
It's wrong to try to get rid of your coworkers just so you can have fun at work. I was so scared to say it in high school, but I'll tell you what I've thought since then. Your selfish, exclusionary way of thinking is sick. You're the weird one, not me. So I definitely won't lose. I'll never yield to you again.
I will never yield to you again? What's that? It's so lame. It's funny how the same words can leave a completely different impression depending on who says them. Besides, you haven't asked anyone for help, right? That's why I can do whatever I want even now.
It's not because I'm scared of you. I just don't want everyone to be disappointed in me.
What's that? So it's exactly like high school in the end. It's useless to defy me. No one is on your side.
What did you mean just now?
I turned toward the voice, and the conference room door slowly opened. The person who entered was Honoka.
Oh? Honoka? Is something wrong?
In an instant, Furuse put on an amiable smile. Her sudden transformation, I had seen it so many times.
I could hear your whole conversation all the way outside the conference room. Sorry I'm late, Kairi. Furuse, earlier, I heard what you said about high school. You were harassing Kairi, weren't you?
What are you talking about? That was just a joke. We were classmates, sure, but it was like our kind of banter, you know?
It didn't sound like that to me. Kairi's voice was trembling slightly, and he was completely serious. Besides, if you claim that was a joke, don't you think you're bad at joking? Stop trying to cover it up.
Huh? are you siding with this creepy loner? It makes absolutely no sense.
Perhaps deciding there was no longer any need to keep up appearances, Furuse dropped her smile and spat the words out with clear annoyance.
Even if you heard, what does it matter? Do you want to go through the same thing as him?
Honoka's expression stiffened slightly at the clear malice in her voice. I instinctively tried to move, but before I could, another voice overlapped hers. I can't just let that slide.
What?
Standing at the entrance of the conference room with the grim expressions were Hayato and Department Head Mikimoto. Sir, just as we told you, this is the reality of the communication she has been engaging in within the company. Department Head Mikimoto, having witnessed the truth with his own eyes, nodded quietly and solemnly. I thought you were personable and doing your work well, but even I cannot overlook this. While I could somewhat understand Hayato being here, why was Department Head Mikimoto here too? That traces back to the day after the three of us went drinking. Sir, sorry to bother you while you're busy. We have something to discuss regarding Kairi Hamada. I didn't know this either, but Hayato and Honoka had gone to consult Department Head Mikimoto. There's a possibility that Furuse is harassing Hamada. Because of that, his work is being delayed, and he's directly receiving verbal abuse, which we believe is leading to his mistakes. She is. It's true that Hamada has seemed a little off lately. I was just thinking of talking to him about it. I hid my past scars and tried to cover them up, not wanting them to be disappointed in me, but those two had noticed all along. I see. I understand the situation. However, we can't do much with just testimony. He clearly wanted to deal with it. However, Department Head Mikimoto frowned, adopting a strictly cautious stance due to his position.
She's like acting perfectly innocent in front of us. She targets Hamada when he's alone. So we'll keep a close eye on those moments and make sure to catch Furuse in the act. Would it be alright if we shared this with you, sir, when it happens?
Department Head Mikimoto nodded solemnly. Thus, having received their report, he came here today to secure proof of the situation. Kairi, I wouldn't be disappointed in you even if I heard you were bullied in the past. Everyone lives with various pasts and scars in their hearts, right? Hayato. Actually, there was a time in the past when I was also desperately trying not to let people around me be disappointed in me. I'd say I could do things I couldn't, and end up suffering. But eventually, I realized I was just strangling myself, so I stopped. Kairi, would you be disappointed if I had a weakness? I wouldn't. There's no way. After all, you've been so kind to someone like me, and you even helped me just now. Right? But you know, I feel the exact same way. You do your job seriously, and even though you look weak, you're surprisingly resilient. I think you're an honest, kind guy who'd never hurt anyone. I'm not telling you to share everything, but please don't forget that I won't ever be disappointed in you. Looking at Hayato, who smiled and said he was looking at the person I am now, the back of my nose stung. Honoka also smiled at me, looking relieved, and their kindness slowly melted my heart.
Sir, things seem to be getting blown out of proportion, but it's not like that. That just now was a joke. I was just communicating with Hamada.
You have some nerve calling those threatening words from earlier communication. As your superior, I intend to judge this fairly, but there's no longer any need to consider it. Furuse, you are suspended pending an investigation for obstruction of work and suspected harassment. Cease your work for today and go home. After trembling violently, Furuse made no attempt to hide the ugly, angry face she had probably never shown in the office before, and strode away. Looking at her retreating figure, clearly filled with frustration, I felt a strange sense of lightness, realizing I had finally taken a step forward from the past.
We will now conduct fact-checking regarding the recent business-related errors.
A few days later, under the direction of the Human Resources Manager, Furuse, Department Head Mikimoto, and others gathered in the conference room for a hearing.
First, regarding last week's shipment, it appears the changes to the invoice were not shared only with Hamada, We checked the sharing status, and sure enough, only his address was removed from the mass reply. Please explain this.
That was just a mistake. I'm inexperienced, so I accidentally did it.
Inexperienced. However, when replying, the basic options are just reply or reply to all. To have just one person left out makes me suspect it was intentional. Furuse glared back at Department Head Mikimoto, looking frustrated by his sharp questioning.
We also had your trainer review the records of your tasks. It seems that on the exact same day, sharing information on other projects and with other team members was done perfectly. For some reason, this exact same mistake occurred 5 times in a row only on Hamada's projects. What is the meaning of this?
That's a coincidence.
A coincidence, you say? Statistically speaking, it's unnatural. Do you have any explanation for that?
But Furuse couldn't answer. That's because it was deliberate harassment. Now, let's talk about the exchange in the conference room the other day. Looking at it objectively as a third party, your exchange the other day went beyond the scope of business conversation and was closer to a threat. I've determined that this is not a personal issue, but an act that significantly hinders the team's ability to carry out its duties.
Please, listen to me. That time in the conference room, Hamada started harassing me first. Oh, I was so scared. I just talked back to defend myself.
From what I've heard, Hamada made no remarks whatsoever that would have angered you.
That was before you got there, sir. He's just a creepy loner, yet he made fun of my private life. Don't let him fool you.
Your private life? You don't need to go into the details. Do you have any idea how he found out about your private life?
A stalker? That's right, he stalked me. It was the same back in high school. He's been a creepy loner since way back, always harassing women.
Then why did you go alone to a room where such a dangerous person was working alone? If you were truly a victim, you would have stayed away to protect yourself.
I was called there.
Then what exactly was that threatening rant of yours? The more she repeated incoherent excuses, the more her outer facade peeled away. That's enough. Your defense is incoherent, and it's obvious they're just makeshift words to save yourself in the moment. Furuse, I have no choice but determine that allowing you to continue working in this workplace is a risk to the organization.
We will carefully review your future with the company. Please remain on home standby until further notice.
No matter how much she kept up appearances, she couldn't keep her true colors hidden anymore. It was the moment when her repeated misdeeds, childish harassment she hadn't stopped even as an adult, were exposed to the light of day. Following that, since Furuse was still in her probationary period, her full employment was rejected, and her contract was terminated early.
I'm quitting anyway. A gloomy company like this, I refuse to work here. Have fun licking each other's wounds, you bunch of losers.
With her gone, the inexplicable communication errors suddenly vanished, and work proceeded amazingly smoothly. If you keep putting people down, you'll definitely face the consequences eventually. I felt the stifling feeling I had carried for nearly 10 years finally unwinding. After leaving the company, I heard Furuse quickly started working at another workplace. At first, she apparently got by well using her good outer facade, but she soon found another target, and bullied them even more insidiously than she did me. However, her behavior of changing her attitude depending on the person, and looking down on others, quickly caused those around her to distance themselves.
What are you saying is wrong with me?
Bullying is a crime. In fact, in France, bullying is strictly punished by law. The one in the wrong is the perpetrator, not the victim. We must never get this understanding wrong. Furthermore, I believe measures are necessary starting from when they are minors, such as putting perpetrators through rehabilitation programs. Otherwise, it might create a terrible chain of negativity. For example, just like when a certain victim, pushed to their absolute limit, appeared before Natsumi Furuse holding a knife. Thank you so much for this time, and I'm truly sorry for causing you both trouble. After the commotion, Honoka, Hayato, and I went to a cafe, and I gave them my heartfelt thanks. I'll accept your thanks. but we're friends, so of course we'd help you. Besides, the one who moved the most this time was Honoka. As expected, considering she's always watching you, Kairi. Huh?
Wait a minute, don't say that.
It seemed Honoka was the first one to notice those inexplicable mistakes, and how exhausted my face was looking every day. After that, Honoka consulted Hayato, and that's why they invited me to the izakaya to ask about my situation. Hey, if you're gonna say it, now's the time. Are you going to miss this perfect opportunity?
Kairi, I like you, and I've been watching you all this time. That's why I noticed you were suffering and wondered if there was anything I could do. I'm sorry for springing this on you.
She probably just blurted it out in the moment, but seeing her bright red face, I knew instantly that her words were genuine. No, I kept it hidden, thinking I might bother you if I said it, but I've been drawn to your brightness. Spending time with you is so fun. I sometimes feel I don't deserve it, so would you go out with me?
Kairi!
You two were so frustrating to watch. It was so obvious the feelings were mutual, but neither of you noticed. Hayato? I wish you guys happiness, but keep being friends with me too, okay? Having met such wonderful people as a working adult, I finally learned the importance and value of true comrades. I have precious people who will support me, so I don't need to carry everything alone. Next time, it's my turn to be their strength and support them. It's okay to have a past you aren't proud of. True friends won't leave you over something like that.
Hi guys, this is Yoko. Bullying other people is just awful, and Furuse got her karma in the end. And Kairi and Honoka makes a great couple. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.